Happy Friday, finally, right? I mean, I'm working all weekend, but happy Friday anyway. The closet sneezed on you. I'm not sure what that means, but I know when my closet sneezes, it means I have like all kinds of dust in my brain and stuff, so. Y'all ready for Halloween? Anybody doing anything exciting? Hey Hannah, how you doing, beautiful? Oh man. I'm glad you're here. It's always great to see you. No choir practice? Hey, Mr. Evelyn. Hey, Tracy. How you doing, beautiful? Always good to see you. Hey, Wendy Majors. How you doing, girl? I feel like I haven't been to Nashville in so long. I'm so ready. I mean, I have got travel list something awful right now. I'm so ready to go. Hey, Terry. I know you're glad it's Friday too, right? All right, you ready to sing? Y'all ready to sing? Y'all ready for this? I promised that I never would leave you. It's funny how the seasons change. The more that I try to forget you, it's funny how things stay the same. Without a rhyme or reason, when I look into your eyes, I know that I found forever. No hiding and no disguises. Reunion of souls, of mind, of space. Over time, every place I look and I see your face. Everywhere, constant reminder of everything I want to be, who I am and how with you I can be free. Hey, Bren, hey, girl, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hey, Terry, hey, Mom Judy. It's amazing what the soul can remember, no matter what the day or time or the appointed hour. All I know is your soul and mine are so joyful together. It's as if we found a perfect way being together. So tell me, how can we stay apart? Can we stay apart? In a place before now, a time before here, we were called to this place. Hey, Maria, and I'm glad to be standing here. Sometimes the truth's painful, but a leap of faith is all it takes. Close your eyes, don't get discouraged. Spread your wings and just let the winds of change blow free. Just believe, and they will hold you if you dare to close your eyes and so free, so free. I'm free, free, thank you. Free, my soul is free, my soul is free, free. My soul is free, my heart's free, my mind's free, I'm free. Okay, Terry, I hate to tell you this, girl, but I have a feeling that it's about to get real busy. I'm just saying, be careful what you wish for. The universe is listening. Anyway, it's so good to see y'all. Happy Friday. It feels like it's been a really long week. Yes, and you know what, Terry? While you still have some downtime, let's get in a lesson or two. Or at least just, talk. Because I still want you to come and play for the folks here. It's been a minute since I've had a guest or done an interview, which, yes. One of these days. Anyway. Oh, I know. She's so cute. She broke her other glasses, and so I keep a spare here. So she came by to get them, and I had my reading glasses on. I don't always use them, but sometimes. So anyway, yeah, it was good to see her and just be with her for a minute. She's such a bundle of beautiful energy. Yeah, I had such a good time with them last week at the aquarium. It was awesome. It was all the girls. So my brother dated this woman before, and she had 4 children, and he's kind of the only father that they knew as well. And so the eldest now has 3 children, and 2 of them, are old enough to be working. So it's like we all just went and hung out because we hadn't seen each other since, well, we saw each other when he passed away, but we hadn't seen each other really, much during the pandemic. So it was nice. And then Riley's little friend went with us. So it was nice. It was a really nice, lovely day. I mean, sometimes you need a lovely day, right? Speaking of which, I might need this just a little bit to myself. Yes. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hits my eyes, it's something without warning, love, it's weighing heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just wanna look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. Hey Maria, I hope you're having a good day today, sweetie. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, I want someone else instead of me. Always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just wanna look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. You guys sing lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. I hope you're singing that. A lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day. Hey Tara, lovely, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day. Okay, Terry, yes, please get me a list. Please get me a list so that we can get it together, you know, because I know this is on there. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo fue de perderte después. Right? So I know we're doing that one. And who knows what else. Hopefully some more really good stuff. I haven't done the Camino in a long time. Si escuchas trinar mi corazón, no esperes, pregúntale con emoción cómo era mi vida sin amor, porque llega y llora y la ilusión y vuela al cielo abierto. Yo he visto la luna descansar sobre tu figura, tocarte la piel. Yo he visto seguirte caminar, de que le besas y al final beber de tu hermosura. Yo me enamoré de ella como que encuentra dinero, que lleva un susto primero de camino a la alegría. Yo me enamoré de ella como que encuentra dinero, susto primero de camino a la alegría. Quiero que dibujes en el sol mi sombra infinita y la angustia y rencor, y entonces dibujas una flor, píntale los ojos sin dolor. Pourquoi más es feliz? Yo me enamoré de ella como el que encuentra dinero, que lleva un susto primero de camino, de camino. Yo me enamoré de ella como el que encuentra dinero, que lleva un susto primero. Susto primero de camino, de camino. Yo me enamoré de ella, contra dinero, que lleva un susto primero. Por eso me voy con ella, por eso me voy con ella. Por eso, negro lindo, yo me voy. Por eso me voy con ella, mira tu ve. Por eso me voy con ella. Mañana a la mañana cuando salga el sol. Oh, yo me enamoré de ella como el que encuentra dinero, que susto primero de camino, de camino. Yo me enamoré de ella, encuentra dinero, que lleva un susto primero de camino, de la alegría. Oh Marvin, I'm so sorry to hear that. Alegría. Thanks Maria. Camino a la alegría. Camino a la alegría, de camino a la alegría. So it has long been my dream and my thought to do the Camino, which is the pilgrimage in Spain, right? One of my friends just did it, but you know, and I didn't even think about it, but she's like, yeah, you know, I trained for it. And I'm like, of course you did. Of course you trained. I mean, I walk a lot, but it's a very particular kind of walking, and you do quite a lot of walking every day, but it just sounds marvelous. So hopefully at some point that will happen. Hey, Simone, I just realized I hadn't said hi to you, and I know that you are working, but that you will watch this later because you always do. So, hey, girl. Hey, girl, hey. Moon, river, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm coming your way. Two drifters off to see the world, such a lot of world to see. After the same rainbows end, waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me. Moon, river, and me. All right. I know, I was literally just thinking about Michelle too. So, hi, Jim Bursell. If you are here, hello and welcome. No Miss Eleanor either. I mean, I guess it's still a little early, right? There's a moon over Bourbon Street tonight. I see faces as they pass beneath the pale moonlight. I've no choice but to follow that call. The bright lights, the people, and the moon and all. I pray every day to be strong, for I know what I do must be wrong. Oh, you'll never see my shade or hear the sound of my feet while there's a moon over Bourbon Street. Hey, Miss Eleanor, I just said your name. And somebody else came on. Hey, Val, what's up, girl? It was many years ago that I became what I am. I was trapped in this life like an innocent lamb. Now I can never show my face. I knew, and you'll never see me walking Street. There's a moon over Bourbon Street. There's a moon over Bourbon Street. While there's a moon over Bourbon Street. Hey Carol, how you doing, honey? It's good to see you. Okay, I missed half the conversation. I don't know what's happening. Ba-da-ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. I watch you comb your hair in different light. You change the chair and seem to think that's alright. I understand you need a change. Don't look to see I'm alright. Now that I look at you in different light, change the chair, violet unicorn to me, that's alright. I understand you need a change. When you need a change, the world will elevate you. And if I told you then that I could fly, would you take my tears and watch the sunrise? A man afraid has no shame. So when you take those tears, don't look to see I'm alright. When you take those tears, don't look to see I'm alright. How can I tell you? How can I explain? I want your love. I need a change. Oh, Miss Eleanor, you're so good at these things. Just, all you gotta do is show up and open your mouth, and beauty just rolls out. That's how it works, right? God will speak right through you just like he always does. Yes, you'll be just fine. But I'll be sending you some thoughts and prayers, for sure. Yeah, it's exciting. All right, let's see. What have we got? All right. This is just my this has been on my head for a couple of days now. So, right, I know, right? Me too. Just a reminder to go out and vote, right? I was talking to somebody and he was like, well, I don't think I'm going to vote. I was like, listen, people died so you could vote. Just so that you could have the right to vote. Tin soldiers and Nixon coming. We're finally on our own. The summer I hear the drumming for dead in Ohio. I gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How can you run when you know? La 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 la. Hey Andrew, la 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 are dead in Ohio. Thanks, Andrew. How you doing, honey? Good to see you. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are cutting us down. It should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How can you run when you know? Na 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 na. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, well let's see. Thanks, friend. Okay, that's enough. Sorry, I can't remember the rest of it. We get it almost every night. When that moon gets so big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep things loose, they keep things light. And everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and right. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. We like our fun and we never fight. You can't dance and stay uptight. Dancing in the moonlight. No, Val. Oh my God, I'll play that in a second. Dancing in the moonlight. We keep it loose and we keep it tight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and right. Such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Okay, so, sometimes you just need a reminder that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, right? Hey, Karis, how you doing, darling? It's okay. Enjoy. So, when I was at Howard, like everything was just sort of, like I look back on my life and things that have happened and how magical and sort of mystical and sacred they are, So I had just switched over to music from pre-med and pharmacy. And it was a really traumatic, like my mother cut me off. It was crazy. And for those of you who know my mother, she was like, yeah, I'm done with you. Like, what are you doing? Well, like almost as soon as I did that, I got my first real legitimate gig, which also is crazy. Like the woman that worked in the office, Glenda Brown, was one of the most delightful people ever. She just was magical, mystical also. And I went in and she was like, oh, I got a call. They need somebody to be a piano double for Warner Brothers. And I was like, what? Yeah. No, I'm sorry, not for Warner Brothers, at the Warner Theater, right? So I had no idea what I was signing up for. I didn't know. I didn't know what piece I was playing. I didn't know anything. I just went, stumbled blindly into, as I stumbled blindly into pretty much everything in my life. Anyway, so I get there, and the woman that they needed a hand double for was a Ford model, right? So, when I tell y'all, like, she was teeny tiny, like, she was like Maris size, like, literally. And, I come in there, and there are all these little teeny tiny girls, and I'm in there, and I'm like, with these, right? No idea what we're playing. So all the other girls, they have their music, and they're all, faces beat, hair done, and I'm like, I even remember what I had on. I had on some plaid pants and my favorite like sweater that had like a moon on it. It was really cool. Anyway, so I get to the theater, and I was like, holy shit, people have music. What am I supposed to? I don't even know what we're playing. And so of course they're like, oh, we're playing this Chopin waltz, and I was like, of course we are. Because it was the last piece that I worked on with my music teacher before he passed away. And, so Mr. Baldwin was again, the first time when I went to see Mr. Baldwin, he looked at my hands and he was like, okay, first of all, you are not supposed to be doing anything but playing music the end period, right? This was when I was in high school. And so in his last year, of study with me, he kept joking. He was like, well, I'm going to Peru, and they're gonna sprinkle my ashes. I'm going to Peru. So he died in Peru, right? And they probably sprinkled his ashes because that's... Anyway, so this piece had been the bane of my existence, and it had damn near killed both of us because it's and so I remember him going, because I went in and I said, you know what? I said, Mr. Baldwin, I'm done with this piece. I cannot. I'm done. I'm done with this. And he was like, are you? Are you really? Okay, well, we don't have to do it anymore. So, here I am 4 years later, but maybe 5 years later. And I'm at this audition. And of course, this is the piece that I'm to play, to audition for this role. Right. Listen, that dude knew shit that he was magical. When I look back at my music now, like the mistakes have skull and crossbones, and he would charge me like 25 cents for mistakes. He also taught Jimmy Webb. So, and I actually am going to do a Jimmy Webb song later. I was a huge Jimmy Webb fan. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, so this is the part of the piece that I had to play. And when I tell y'all, I hadn't played that shit in 5 years. Hadn't thought about it. And it came out just like that. Out of nowhere. And I met, oh my God, I met one of my best, dearest friends that day. He was the stunt double for Avery Brooks. Oh, so this was for A Man Called Hawk. It was the first episode. It was the pilot episode of A Man Called Hawk. They were filming in DC, and I met this, you know, Greg McKinney was his. And so Greg was standing in, and he's walking down the aisle of the Warner Theater, and he's like, Chopin, a master technician. And I was like, who is this man? He's beautiful, you know, all 6'5" of him and his big, beautiful green eyes. And yeah, and so I wound up shooting for 2 days, which was really, it was, I mean, oh, so I got the job. No, I'm never alone. I am never alone. And so, I mean, so many things, but the director, Virgil Vogel, I can't believe I remember all this. Anyway, so he lines us up and he's like, put your hands out. And so we all put our hands out. And he was like, you. And I was like, me? He was like, yeah, you. And so I was on set for, you know, 2 days. And so the second day, this guy was harassing me. Like, he was really just annoying, just harassing me. And I, you know, I saw Greg out of the corner of my eye. I didn't know him. And he was like, so he kind of watched it for a while. And then finally he just stepped in and he was like, man, fuck out of here. Like, just leave her, right. And I mean, when I tell you, you know, so he, so many things. He was Jax in Mortal Kombat, and he did some other movie roles like with Vanessa Williams. I mean, just, he was, you know, anyway, so that's how we became friends. And he just like, he was like, well, I didn't know if y'all were together, and I wasn't trying to get in the, you know, step in. And I was like, no, we are definitely not together. I just met him and he's scaring me. And so when we finished shooting that night, he was like, listen, you know, can I take you home? I got a couple more hours, but you know, you can sleep in my car, which is crazy. Like, I think back now and I was like, you know, but after like being there all day and just, so he put me in his car, and we were shooting at the Capitol in DC. And that was when you could actually, you know, walk up before the barricades and stuff like now. And I sat there in the parking lot in his car and slept for like a couple hours, and then he took me home. And after that, he was just like my protector, big brother, you know, all of that. And then he moved to Hollywood and was doing really, really well. And, you know, 40 years old, perfect health, just, I mean, like in great shape, had a cerebral aneurysm at a party, and just, they said that he was dead before he even hit the floor. And it's crazy because he had called me a couple of days before and had told me, hey, listen, you know, my Oreo, he had an Oreo commercial. And he was like, my Oreo commercial is happening, and he told me when. So I'm watching the commercial after he's dead. It was like it was the craziest thing. And his girlfriend called me because I would get on him all the time. I was like, if you call me one more time and you've forgotten my number, I swear to God. And I was there, and he was like, I'm going to write it on the wall. And he took a pencil and he wrote it on the wall. And that's how she contacted me. She was like, girl, I don't even know how to, and I was like, she was like, he's gone. And I was like, to the store? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, he's gone. And I mean, she was just so, Paige, she was so like broken. We were just broken together. I was like, what do you mean? He's not here. Like, we're supposed to grow old and, you know, do stuff and be stuff and all of that. Right. But, you know, I mean, so his thing has always been like, he just sends, it was so young. He was so unbelievably, incredibly young. And, but he, you know, would always just sort of, like, I know when he's around, like I feel him when he's around, and usually there's, you know, feathers involved. Like, he always sends feathers. That's his thing. You know, different people send different stuff. But anyway, so yeah, you know, just one of those really random, thanks for that, Val. I had totally forgotten about that story, and I might have needed to say that today for sure. Hey, Christopher Smith, how you doing? How you feeling? You good? Yeah, you know, so tonight is, I mean, it's the new moon. So new moon symbolizes beginnings and you know, setting intentions and you know, whatever that means to you, whether you're praying or you're meditating or both wings. Yeah, okay, definitely. Um, but yeah, and like, I mean, he was just a good dude. Like when my brother was struggling, you know, I called him, my mom called him and was like, hey, listen, and he was like, I'll go get him. And he went and got him, you know, just a real stand up, beautiful, beautiful cat. So yeah, Greg McKinney. Look him up. You can check him out he's on IMDb. He did the Natalie Cole video, Miss You Like Crazy, which is also crazy. I hadn't thought about that song in years. And Barry, y'all remember Barry, right? Barry requested that song and I was just like, oh, lovely. So, but anyway. And he totally believed in my career, supported me when I was struggling with my mom. He was one of the few people that wasn't afraid of my mom, if you can imagine. Watching the falcons ride the wind, with faith that it will them time and time again. You gave me faith that I could spread my wings, and I did. You never clipped my wings, you let me fly, taught me how to sing the songs of freedom. The caged birds never learned to sing. You never clipped my wings, the sky was mine. You taught me how to sing the songs of freedom. The caged birds never sing. Time is a healer, and I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Things are much clearer as I'm seeing what I'm supposed to see. Freedom's impatient, and peace is on her way. Dark nights of dreaming open up my soul to brighter days. You never clipped my wings, you let me fly. You taught me how to sing the songs of freedom. The caged birds never learned to sing. You never clipped my wings, the sky was mine. You taught me how to sing the songs of freedom. The caged birds never sing. You gave me wings, taught me how to fly. You gave me life and wide open skies, and I'm grateful, so grateful. You never clipped my wings, you let me fly, taught me how to sing the songs of freedom. The caged birds never learned to sing. You never clipped my wings, the sky was mine. You taught me how to sing the songs of freedom. And I'll fly, I'll fly, I'll fly, I'll fly. Well, it's funny. Okay, so when I first met him, I had a huge crush because he's obviously beautiful. But he was like, listen, he's like, I'm very attracted to you, but I just feel like if I touch you, God will strike me down. He will smite me. And I was like, did you really just say smite? Are you serious right now? He's like, yeah, smite. Smite. That's it. He's like, I'm not good enough for you, but I can watch you and make sure nothing ever happens to you. And he did, for sure. He was the one that I told y'all when I was dating the height challenged fellow. And he was like, before he came, he was like, listen, I can't be here when he gets here to receive him. But here's some mace. If he gets out of line, he's like, mace that dude, just mace him. So when he came back and I told him, I was like, yeah, he was this tall. He was like, so I guess you didn't have to mace him. I was like, no, not exactly. Anyway, I miss you, McKinney, man. Yeah, for a while, you know, that was my thing. It's like all my best friends would die. my best friend in New York, Bill, was like, yeah, I don't really know if I don't know if I should get close to you because like all your dudes, you know, they're out of here. So fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Ooh, fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, darling, I love you. Ooh, fill my heart with song and let me stay forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, ooh, in other words, in other words, I love you. Oh, thank you. You know what? I love that tune. I don't know if you've ever heard the Marvin Gaye version. Like, I was really late to that. I don't know. Sometimes, like, I miss things, right? Like, I'll miss something and I'll be like, oh my friend Darren Lorenzo, we were doing a gig together and he was like, I want to do Fly Me to the Moon. I was like, okay, I'll play it. And he's like, no, I want to do it like the Marvin Gaye version. And I was like, the Marvin Gaye version? What? There's a Marvin Gaye. Y'all, when I tell you, listen, I mean, I love that song anyway. I love Sinatra. I love the song. But Marvin does a thing, you know, Marvin does that thing that Marvin does. Like, he's got such a soulful way of phrasing and hearing and thinking, and it's Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah, it's if you have not heard his version, go get that shit. It's incredible. It is really good. Okay, so see her as she flies, golden sails across the sky, close enough to touch, but careful if you try. She looks as warm as gold. The moon's a harsh mistress. The moon can be so cold. Once the sun did shine, oh Lord, it felt so fine. The moon a phantom rose through the mountains and the pines, and then the darkness fell. The moon's a harsh mistress. It's so hard to love her well. The moon's a harsh mistress. I fell out of her eyes. I fell out of her heart. I fell down on my face. Yes, I did. I tripped and missed my star. God, I fell and fell alone. The moon's a harsh mistress, and the sky is made of stone. The moon's a harsh mistress. She's hard to call your own. So that is the Jimmy Webb song. And to write songs like Jimmy Webb, Jesus, what a, I mean, Jimmy Webb is probably one of my favorite writers. So many, up and away, my beautiful blue. By the time I get to Phoenix, she'll be rising. I mean, come on. Oh, thanks, Terry. That is a compliment. I mean, I got a chance to go see him at the Cutting Room. My friend Steve owns this spot in New York called the Cutting Room, and he called me up and he's like, "Hey, listen, Jimmy Webb is coming, and he's doing a solo show." It was like a real songwriter. It was like Unplugged. It was like Unplugged. And he sat there and he told the story of all the songs like Galveston. And I was, so the thing about Jimmy Webb and also Stephen Bishop, I went to see both of them in that same setting, in that same place. And it's funny that Jimmy always had Glenn Campbell sing his songs, right? And listen, I mean, Glenn Campbell, right? Listen, okay, if you never wrote another song besides the Wichita Lineman, seriously, you didn't have to do anything else. And that one line, if you never wrote, and I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time, Wichita lineman is still on the line. Okay, right? You don't have to do anything else. Nothing else. Nothing. But then you write, you know, didn't we? I mean, there's some, maybe I should do a Jimmy Webb night. Anyway, so I got to see him and I was blown away by his ability to tell a story in 3 minutes and 23 seconds, right? The perfect pop song, like just perfect. And the stories behind them it was amazing. It was amazing. And I mean, I could see how he'd be like, well, you know, my voice isn't Glenn Campbell. Okay, because nobody's voice is Glenn Campbell. Let's just call that what it is, right? But it was such a beautiful, beautiful night. And Stephen Bishop, if you don't know who Stephen Bishop is, he wrote, you call me from the room in your hotel, all full of romance for someone that you met, and telling me, right? Yes, on and on. Yes. Down in Jamaica, they got lots of pretty women. Steal your money, then they break your heart. Lonesome Sue, she's in love with old Sam. Out of the fire to the frying pan. Right. But also just a beautiful, beautiful writer. And there's something to be, you know, and we talk about this all the time, how sometimes the song gets lost, the story gets lost when there's all this incredible production, right? But I'm telling you, like, these songs scale down just with the person who wrote them. You know what? Maybe I should do a night of that too, where I just talk about the songs. Would y'all you want to do that? I mean, I'd be happy to do it. Just tell all my business, right? I mean, all of it. I won't name names to protect the maybe not so innocent, but I don't want to be getting phone calls afterwards. I'm just saying. But yeah. So, you know, I'm always inspired by great art, by great writers, by great painters, by great artists, writers. Like, and I told y'all I'm taking this writing class right now, and I'm working on this memoir and figuring out what comes next and how that works. And I'm okay. So also I'm going to just say this because this way, you know, yes, the backstories can be very scandalous, but you know what? Shit, I'm ready. I'm old enough. I'm grown, right? An army of bodyguards. Yeah, McKinney's, well, I was gonna say he's not here, but he's here. He's definitely here. Yeah, okay, so next week we'll do that. I will bare my soul, right? Right. If I could breathe. Right. Yes. I would do that. Okay. So this is what I'm telling you. So I'm writing my memoir. That is happening. I'm also recording the next record. I have a meeting tomorrow with Dre about that, and we're going to figure it out. It's looking like I'm probably, hey, Simone! It's looking like I'm probably going to record half in New York, half here. So I'm saying it because when I say things, right, when I speak things, then they actually happen because I have to. Now that I have told you, now y'all can be like, well, when are you going to do? And when are you going to do? And when's the musical happening? And all of that. So it is spoken. I have said it. You know, yeah, you know, yes, bicoastal. I miss being bicoastal. I miss it terribly. Like, I mean, I guess if I were to be bicoastal again, I would need a place on that side. So, oh, thanks, Marvin. That makes me so. Speaking is the first step, you know, and I'm someone who never talks about anything or asks for anything until I'm super clear about what it is that I want. Because sometimes be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. That's all I have to say. I have learned my lesson. Yeah. But anyway, okay, it is 6:01, which I cannot believe. And I'm congested again, which is weird. But allergies, yes. So yeah, you know what? In fact, we're going to talk about songs tomorrow. If there is a song that you like and you would like me to record it, could you please just go on my page? You can even do it now. Put the songs down that you would like to hear and have. I mean, Merman is definitely one of them because I recorded it a million years ago, but it was never really released. There's a bunch of them, that some of the old songs that have not been released, but just do that so that I can take it into the meeting tomorrow and really have a conversation about what needs to happen. All right. I love y'all. Pray for peace. Go be the light for somebody who needs it, because a lot of people need it right now. I need it right now, you know. Yeah, it's a little dark. It's a little dark. But, you know, the thing about the darkness is that it's always followed by the light. That's how it works. Praying for the release of Brittany Griner, putting that out there. That poor girl. Like, I don't even know how, I don't even know. Hi, John. All right, so, y'all, I love you. Hit my tip jar if you can. I will see you Monday. Oh, shit, Monday's Halloween, so I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I might, okay, I really did just sound like John Travolta. I don't know what I'm doing Monday, but I will figure it out. I mean, musically. I'll be wearing my witch hat, I'm sure. And I will see you then. Love and light. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.